Hey, I'm Dr. Michelle May, the founder of Am I Hungry Mindful Eating programs and training. Today, I want to talk with you a bit about what mindful eating is and what it isn't, and perhaps some differences between mindful eating and some of the other programs that are out there. So, mindful eating is a very simple concept, not easy, but simple. It's ancient, it's been around for many centuries, but only recently have we realized how much it can help people in our modern food abundant, diet obsessed culture. You see, mindful eating isn't about looking food up and writing food down like most restrictive plans are. It's about gaining awareness about our patterns, why we do what we do. Now, at Am I Hungry, we developed the mindful eating cycle to provide some structure around this growing awareness. What we're doing is helping people learn a series of questions to ask themselves whenever they feel like eating that will help them understand when they feel like eating because their body needs fuel. In other words, they're hungry, and when they feel like eating for other reasons. Triggers such as the sight or smell of food, seeing other people eating, maybe the time of day, or certain emotions like boredom or stress or anger or loneliness. Even physical sensations like thirst and fatigue can make us feel like eating when we're not hungry. So, mindfulness is about gaining awareness, not so that we won't eat, but so that when we realize why we want to eat, we have an opportunity to meet those needs instead. And then when we're hungry, food meets our need for nutrition and fuel and enjoyment even better. Since mindful eating has become so popular, you'll see it all over the internet. But I want to caution you about what mindful eating isn't. Mindful eating isn't about chewing each bite 32 times. That's mindful, Full eating. It's not about being very mindful of everything you put into your body. It's not about obsessing about food and being good. Mindful eating is really about eating with intention and attention. That's purpose and awareness. When we bring purpose and awareness to our meals, we have the opportunity to eat in a way that leaves us feeling great and also to take care of ourselves in other ways besides eating. Now, there are other programs now that say they use mindful eating, but they're still diets. When they're using the term mindful eating to cause people to eat less and to monitor their eating and to lose weight, there's still a restrictive approach. And so be very, very careful not to be confused by the term mindful eating when it's associated with any program that's causing people to look things up and write things down. Another question you might have is what is the difference between Am I Hungry and intuitive eating, or HAES, which is health at every size? Well, actually, there's more overlap than differences. So the similarities are that all of these use a non diet approach or a non restrictive approach, meaning that we're not telling people what they should or shouldn't eat. And we believe that that's counter to actually developing a healthy relationship with food and can trigger a backlash in terms of the psychological and physiological consequences when people are intentionally eating less than their body needs or restricting themselves of foods that they love. In addition, all of us are using a weight neutral or a weight inclusive approach. And that's something that you should really be looking for when you're considering books or programs out there for your patients and clients. Because, in fact, we know from the research that restrictive weight focused diets don't work long term for the vast majority of people. I'll put a link to a reference list here below. So, how is Am I Hungry different? Well, one of the things that we've brought to the table that I think really makes a big difference is the mindful eating cycle. The mindful eating cycle provides the necessary structure for repatterning the brain, for helping people learn how to make decisions that don't involve restriction and deprivation and guilt. So the mindful eating cycle consists of 6 basic questions. Why do I eat? When do I feel like eating? What do I eat? How do I eat it? How much do I eat? And where do I invest the energy? So, these 6 simple questions actually will help your patients learn how to make decisions for themselves and recognize patterns that are keeping them stuck in a way that doesn't leave them feeling good around their eating and physical activity and self care choices. So, if this mindful eating thing sounds interesting to you, stick with us. Over the next several weeks, we'll provide some more information about how to apply mindful eating when people have various health conditions, some of the things that you need to know about mindful eating in terms of working with your clients and patients, and more information about some of the programs and trainings that we offer. Thank you again for being here and for learning more about mindful eating.